welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the Metropolitan Davidson County school system, and we're fortunate to have with us to talk about the school system this morning, Mr. COwnsby. Mr. COwnsby is the spokesperson for the Metropolitan School System. Is that correct, Mr. COwnsby?
That's correct. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Very good. We're glad to have you here this morning to talk about the Metropolitan School System, because I think that quite recently there's been quite a bit of information in the media regarding the system. And let's start off, Mr. COwnsby, however, by having you to give us some information about your background and your experiences and your education and some of the things that eventually led you to hold the position as the spokesperson for the school system.
I get asked that a lot. People ask me, why and how did you get where you are right now? And I was a news reporter for years. I was in TV news from 1977 to 1995. Most recently, 10 years with Channel 5 here in Nashville.
Most of us remember that, Mr. COwnsby. But now go on in reference to how did you get there? You moved from there to the school board and...
Yeah, to the school district. The way you get ahead in the TV news business is you keep moving on to bigger and bigger cities. So I went to school at Indiana University and worked in Cadillac, Michigan for a while, and then Terre Haute for a while, and Jackson, Mississippi for a while, and Wichita for a while, and kind of did the television gypsy approach for a while. And the last 10 years are here in Nashville. That was where my wife and I started buying houses and having kids and realized we wanted to stay here. It got to a point where I had taken that television business about as far as I was going to take it. And it was a question of either, well, the offers that were before me at the time, I had an offer to stay with Channel 5, one to go with a station in a different city, or to go with the district, the schools. And I've been at it for 18 years. I'd seen pretty much all I wanted to see, taking it where I, as far as I was reasonably going to take it. And I thought it was time to take a new direction into something where I could do somebody some good.
I think many of us who are familiar with your career, Mr. COwnsby, and as you said, you were with Channel 5 for many, many years, and many of us remember you with Channel 5, sort of wondered about that when you decided to go with the district, you see, going directly. As a matter of fact, I think that there were several people out of that whole range who went into other areas. I recall Brian, another one of your colleagues, went into the prison system, did he not? Correction system, did he not? I think as a spokesperson for the...
Brandon Maloney.
Brandon Maloney
from Channel 5 went to work in the prison system.
Yeah, I thought
and, of course, Mark Drury, who was at 5 at the time, was now in the mayor's office.
Okay, very good. And I've had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Drury. Yeah, so very good. So in a real sense, as the spokesperson for the school system, exactly what do you do? And explain to our audience something about the system and about, and if possible, give us some numbers in terms of the school system, that kind of information that we ought to have.
The actual title is Director of Communications and Community Relations. And basically what that means is I do or most of the media interviews. I do the media relations, do a lot of public speaking to community groups, that kind of thing. And I didn't realize this till I got there, but I also am in charge of the print shop. So when your report card shows up, your child's report card shows up, it comes under my responsibility, right? This is a really large school system. It's one of the biggest ones in the whole country. I think we're the 30th or 31st largest. And most school systems this size would have a whole troop of people doing what I'm doing with me and a secretary and a person who does publishing and writing. Louisville, for example, has about 20 people in their communications office. We've got 3. And the Louisville school's only slightly larger than we are. But our mandate here is to tell the community basically where their tax money is going and what is going on in their schools. And there was some question when we first started this department. It was a position that was created about the time I got there. There was some question, why do you need to do that for a public agency? And my response is, where else are you going to find a $400 million company with 9,000 employees and literally hundreds of thousands of customers that doesn't have anybody telling the customer what's going on, which is my mandate. We're responsible for that money, and I have to tell people where it's going.
Now, how many people are we dealing with?